Breathing. It's something we do without a second thought, yet this simple act is essential for life. Every breath we take connects us to the world around us. The respiratory system is the intricate network within our bodies responsible for this vital process. It's our lifeline to oxygen, the fuel that keeps our cells alive and functioning. The respiratory system is like a finely tuned machine, with each part playing a crucial role. From the moment we inhale, drawing air into our bodies, to the moment we exhale, releasing carbon dioxide, this system works tirelessly. Understanding how it works can help us appreciate its importance and take better care of our respiratory health. In the following sections, we'll take a journey through the respiratory system, exploring its different parts, their functions, and how they work together to keep us alive and breathing. The respiratory system is broadly divided into two parts, the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract. These two sections work together seamlessly to ensure that our bodies receive the oxygen they need and expel carbon dioxide efficiently. Each part has a unique structure and function, working in harmony to ensure the smooth flow of air and the vital exchange of gases. The upper respiratory tract prepares the air for the delicate structures of the lower respiratory tract, which is where the actual gas exchange occurs. The upper respiratory tract is our first line of defense against the outside world. It acts as a barrier, protecting the more sensitive parts of our respiratory system from harmful particles and pathogens. It includes the nose, nasal cavity, pharynx, and larynx. Each of these components plays a crucial role in the initial processing of the air we breathe. This part of the system is responsible for filtering, warming, and humidifying the air we breathe. The nasal cavity, lined with tiny hairs and mucus, traps dust and other particles, preventing them from reaching the lungs. It also plays a role in our sense of smell and our ability to speak. The olfactory receptors in the nasal cavity allow us to detect different scents, while the larynx, or voice box, is essential for producing sound. The lower respiratory tract is located within the chest cavity. This part of the system is more involved in the actual exchange of gases that is vital for our survival. It includes the trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. These structures form a complex network that ensures air is efficiently transported to the lungs and that oxygen is absorbed into the bloodstream. The trachea acts as a passageway for air to reach the lungs. It is a sturdy tube that remains open thanks to its cartilaginous rings, ensuring that air can flow freely. The bronchi and bronchioles are a network of branching tubes that carry air deeper into the lungs. The bronchi split into smaller and smaller tubes, eventually becoming bronchioles, which lead to the alveoli. Finally, the alveoli are where the crucial exchange of gases takes place. These tiny, balloon-like structures are surrounded by capillaries, allowing oxygen to pass into the blood and carbon dioxide to be expelled from the body. This process is essential for maintaining the balance of gases in our bloodstream and ensuring that our cells receive the oxygen they need to function properly. Let's follow the path of air as it travels through the respiratory system. This journey is essential for life as it brings oxygen into our bodies and expels carbon dioxide, a waste product of metabolism. The journey begins with inhalation. When we take a deep breath, our diaphragm contracts and moves downward, creating a vacuum that pulls air into our lungs. When we breathe in, air enters our bodies through the nose or mouth. The choice between nose and mouth breathing can affect the quality of the air we inhale. Tiny hairs and mucus in our nose trap dust and other particles, preventing them from reaching our lungs. This filtration system is our first line of defense against airborne pollutants and pathogens. Next, the air travels down the pharynx, past the larynx, and into the trachea. The larynx, also known as the voice box, plays a crucial role in speech and protecting the airway during swallowing. The trachea is a strong, flexible tube supported by rings of cartilage. These rings prevent the trachea from collapsing and ensure that the airway remains open. This structure keeps the airway open, allowing air to flow freely. The trachea's flexibility also allows it to move and bend as we breathe and speak. The trachea then divides into two bronchi, one for each lung. These bronchi are the main passageways through which air enters the lungs. Inside the lungs, the bronchi branch out further into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles. These bronchioles are crucial for directing air to the different regions of the lungs. This intricate network resembles an upside-down tree, with the trachea as the trunk and the bronchioles as the branches. This branching system maximizes the surface area for gas exchange. This branching structure ensures that air is distributed evenly throughout the lungs. Each bronchiole ends in tiny air sacs called alveoli, where the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. The alveoli are surrounded by a network of capillaries, allowing oxygen to enter the bloodstream and carbon dioxide to be expelled from the body. The alveoli are incredibly efficient at gas exchange due to their thin walls and large surface area. This is where oxygen from the air we breathe is transferred into our blood, and carbon dioxide from our blood is transferred into the alveoli to be exhaled. Finally, the journey of air concludes with exhalation. The diaphragm relaxes and moves upward, pushing air out of the lungs and expelling carbon dioxide from the body. This continuous cycle of inhalation and exhalation is vital for maintaining the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our bodies. Understanding the path of air through the respiratory system highlights the complexity and efficiency of our bodies. Each breath we take is a testament to the intricate design and function of our respiratory system, ensuring that we receive the oxygen we need to survive and thrive. Section 4. The essence of breath-gas exchange in the alveoli. The journey culminates in the alveoli, tiny air sacs clustered at the ends of the bronchioles. Imagine millions of tiny balloons within your lungs. These are your alveoli. They are surrounded by a network of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. The walls of the alveoli and capillaries are incredibly thin, allowing for efficient gas exchange. Oxygen from the inhaled air diffuses across these thin walls and into the surrounding capillaries. This oxygen-rich blood then travels to the heart, which pumps it throughout the body, delivering oxygen to every cell. At the same time, carbon dioxide, a waste product of cellular processes, diffuses from the capillaries into the alveoli. This carbon dioxide-rich air is then exhaled from the body, completing the cycle of respiration. Section 5. The diaphragm's dance powering the rhythms of respiration. The diaphragm is a fascinating muscle that often goes unnoticed, yet it is essential for one of the most vital processes in our body, breathing. The diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle located below the lungs, plays a crucial role in breathing. It forms a partition between the thoracic cavity, which houses the lungs and heart, and the abdominal cavity, which contains the digestive organs. It acts like a powerful bellows, driving the inhalation and exhalation of air. Just as bellows expand and contract to move air, the diaphragm's movements facilitate the flow of air into and out of the lungs. When you inhale, the diaphragm contracts and flattens, creating more space in the chest cavity. This contraction is a downward movement that increases the volume of the thoracic cavity, allowing the lungs to expand. This expansion lowers air pressure in the lungs, causing air to rush in. The decrease in pressure creates a vacuum effect, drawing air through the nose or mouth, down the trachea, and into the lungs. When you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and returns to its dome shape. This relaxation is an upward movement that decreases the volume of the thoracic cavity, pushing air out of the lungs. As the chest cavity shrinks, air pressure in the lungs increases, forcing air out. The increase in pressure expels air through the respiratory tract, completing the cycle of breathing. This rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the diaphragm, along with the muscles between the ribs, powers the continuous cycle of breathing. The intercostal muscles, located between the ribs, assist the diaphragm by expanding and contracting the rib cage, further aiding in the breathing process. The diaphragm's tireless efforts ensure that our bodies receive a constant supply of oxygen while efficiently removing carbon dioxide. Oxygen is essential for cellular respiration, the process by which our cells produce energy, while carbon dioxide is a waste product that must be expelled from the body. Understanding the role of the diaphragm can help us appreciate the elegance and efficiency of our respiratory system. By recognizing the importance of this muscle, we can better understand how our bodies maintain the delicate balance of gases necessary for life. The diaphragm's dance is a testament to the intricate and harmonious design of the human body.